Well, good afternoon, YouTube land. If you saw my previous video, my first one that I've done, right at the end I let a van out as a good deed and hoped that the good deed would be repaid by my cold going. Well, that didn't work, so I'm never going to let any more vans out ever. So we're just off to a local bike shop just for a bit of a browse on a cold Saturday afternoon. Following this Bentley here with a footballer's car. Rather nice though. It's just a shame footballers have latched onto them, otherwise I'd have one if I had a spare 100 grand. But actually, thinking about it, I would like to just talk about football for a moment. I'm not a football fan. I was, when I was a kid, supported, I should tell you who I supported actually. Yeah, I'm going to tell you. I'm not ashamed of it. I supported Leeds United. And as a kid, I was very happy to support Leeds. And I was happy to watch football. I used to stay up late and watch Match of the Day, and it was all good. Football these days, in my view, has completely changed to something that I actually can't even have on the television. And it was summed up a couple of days ago actually by just trying to think of his name. Suarez, is it Suarez? Something Suarez. I'll look it up and put it on the title of the clip. And he scored a goal by handballing it into the net, or handballed it to control the ball, and then kicked it into the net. And that kind of just sums football up for me, really. Just the fact that somebody is willing to cheat, and if they can get away with it, then they will. And there doesn't seem really to be any repercussions for cheating. Handballing the ball. I think they spoke with the manager actually shortly after the game, and he said that it was an instinctive striker's reaction. I've never heard so much crap in all my life. Football is football. Strikers don't handball it. That would be a completely different game. So to say it was an instinctive reaction is complete crap, and I don't accept that for a minute. And to say that he didn't do anything wrong is also complete crap. He knew he'd handled the ball, he must have done, and he just thought he could get away with it by cheating. And football just seems to be absolutely rank with people trying to get away with cheating. Like, if somebody gets a throw in, they'll always try and gain 5 yards from where the actual ball went out. And the same with free kicks and things. You know, the referee will mark where the ball needs to be, and then as soon as the referee turns and walks away, the footballer picks the ball up, chucks it forward a couple of yards, and that's cheating. And I don't quite understand why football has got to that stage. They're paid vast sums of money. I mean, it's just totally disproportionate amounts of money they're being paid. The excuse is that their careers are short, so you know they retire by the time they're 35. Well, that's fair enough, but go out and get another job. Go and do something else, something worthwhile. And I don't quite understand why football attracts so much trouble. You know, you have to have police present to keep the two opposing supporters apart. They have to be in separate stands. I just don't see that it's a sport that is worth following, because the footballers are trying to cheat. Okay, I know it's a minority in the crowd and all that kind of stuff, but there's plenty of people go to football just to have a punch up, or just to chuck stuff at other people, or just to get pissed. And there doesn't seem to be any kind of redeeming features for the game, in my view. I mean, that's just my view, obviously. I've got some friends who are into football and they love it. But I just can't stand the cheating, I suppose. That's the main thing I think that I dislike about it, is the amount of cheating and the willingness of players to cheat, and the way that they surround the referee if they get a decision that they don't like, that goes against them. They'll crowd around the referee. What's the point in that? The referee's made his decision. He's in charge. Accept the decision like a man and carry on with the game. Don't surround the referee and try to argue the fact that, you know, it wasn't offside or whatever. You wouldn't, for example, you wouldn't get that in rugby. If you watch a game of rugby, I don't watch a huge amount of rugby. I quite like watching the Six Nations, rugby union really, and a referee makes a decision, and that's it. You know, everybody accepts it. There's no back chat. If you back chat, you get sent off for 10 minutes. That's the way that football should be. If you argue with the referee, then you should get sent off. You know, there'd be nobody on the bloody pitch after about the first 15 minutes of a game if they did that. Everybody could go home early and have a nice hot dinner. I don't quite understand as well why the technology is there for a sort of second referee, video referee, like they have in rugby. If there's all this arguing about whether it was a goal, whether he handballed it, just refer to some video and the matter's dealt with in 30 seconds. Everybody accepts it because it's video evidence and you can't argue with video evidence. Everybody can play on and, you know, everybody will be happy. Penalties. Apparently you win a penalty these days. You don't win a penalty, you get awarded a penalty if you're fouled in the penalty box. You don't earn one. This kind of idea that you get a penalty for being a good actor just is completely wrong. I saw on the news, I think it was, I think maybe yesterday or something, there was a guy got sent off for fouling somebody, and they were both running after the ball, and the, you know, the usual rubbish, arms were flailing and no shirt pulling and all this kind of rubbish, and one of the players accidentally or not, whichever, hit the other player across the face. It wasn't a hard hit, you know, it's the sort of thing that wouldn't really affect you. And the player fell onto the ground and rolled over 4 times. Now, to roll over 4 times takes quite a lot of effort, from what I can imagine. You know, if you're injured, you will fall to the ground and that will be it. You won't roll away 4 times making a big deal out of it. So you can probably tell from what I've been saying that I don't like football. The views that I've given you are just my personal views, and that's how I feel about it, and I don't think they'll change until the game goes back to what it used to be, just people playing football. There needs to be some honesty in the game from the players. There needs to be just people enjoying the game. You know, the crowd just need to enjoy the game. Don't worry about fighting your opponent group of people. There's no point in that. You're just giving your game a bad name and turning people like me off watching football. One other point I just want to make before I leave you, because probably, if you're a football fan, you're probably absolutely irate by now, and if you're not a football fan, then you're probably bored rigid. But I'm just need to concentrate as to where I'm going. What was I going to say? Can't remember. Anyway, I'm quite near the shop now. Nice bit of light indicating there. So I think the rant is just about over. There was another point that I wanted to make, but I'll have to get back to you on that. And here we are, so I'll catch you later.